Hello.
Hello.
Before we continue with the video, make sure to go and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button to help me with the YouTube algorithm, and also join my Discord server and Jetstream World with the links on screen, as we both have current Nitro giveaways to go and enter, and also emotes used across Discord. Anyways, let's continue with the video.
So it is Angel. It's just being voiced over by my editor, Dan, for today's video. So how are you doing? I've absolutely never spoken to you before, obviously, in a call. I've texted you before, but obviously I actually never spoken to you verbally. So how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
So I'm just going to start right at the beginning. Obviously your channel is almost at 1 million subscribers. So do you want to give me a quick brief history of your channel? You know, how you've got to where you are today and that sort of thing?
Well, it all started off as a short meme channel where I would post mini short videos of current memes and WWE related videos.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obviously a lot of the videos on your channel are quite short, but there's also a lot of nostalgia content. So why, what's the deal with that? Is it to sort of bring on early childhood memories of certain people and that sort of thing? Or is it just because you like looking back to the past, or?
We started that because I saw this video called Sounds Every 90s Kid Will Remember. I couldn't really relate to the video, so I decided to make a 2000s version of that video. I later got nostalgic during that time, so I wanted to make more nostalgia content and stopped uploading memes and WWE videos.
So obviously with the nostalgic content, that's done really, really well for your channel. It's got out there to the whole of YouTube, and it's got into a lot of people's recommendations, just like your polls. And I'll talk about that in a bit, obviously with a different question, but the main thing is that how do you actually think of your polls and your video ideas? Because I know for a lot of people, it's something new. It isn't something which a lot of people have seen before. There has been nostalgic content out there, obviously for, you know, 90s kids and that sort of thing. But the sorts of stuff you do hasn't really been seen on YouTube much. So I'm just wondering how that really came about and how you thought of it. I know you briefly explained, but...
Well, I started out doing fun polls because I got bored and couldn't think of anything else to do with the community tab. It all started off with would you rather questions, then scenarios, then I ran out of ideas and started doing small games on it.
So before we do move on from the community polls section, because obviously we just mentioned that, I kind of want to ask, like, how did you actually stumble across the power of the community tab? Because obviously this is something which a couple of YouTubers made videos on, like the Spiffing Brit. Timeworks, I think, has made a video on it as well, but there's a lot of channels which have kind of dissected the fact that the community tab was really, really overpowered and no one really knew anything about it because obviously the feature wasn't really being used by YouTubers and that sort of thing. And, you know, how did you actually stumble across it? Because I don't think many YouTubers really knew the power of the community tab. I mean, your polls are getting out to millions of people, which is insane. And it's something which a lot of people on YouTube have never ever seen before. So
I honestly don't know how I got the power, but the first post I got 1 million votes on was a maze game where the cat had to escape a maze. During that game, YouTube Shorts were also blowing up too. I just think that YouTube picked up certain people to have powers of the unused YouTube features, since we're the only ones using it in a way that no one's ever used it before. It's not only me that has the power of the tab. YouTubers like MV Perry and iMove have been blowing up also.
So obviously with the community tab and a lot more people understanding what to do with it and sort of going along your methods and doing, you know, interesting polls and votes, a lot more people have probably started to get pushed out there. The question is though, have your votes gone up, down, or stayed the same really with more people starting to do it? Because I know in the Spiffing Brit video, he said that obviously to sort of nerf the community tab features and stuff like that, is trying to get more people to do it. And I kind of want to see if that's actually even done anything, because obviously across YouTube, we're not really going to know. So generally, you know, what's happened?
What I've noticed is when I ask a simple question like, is Among Us dead, it gets a lot of attention. I tried to bring back the old scenarios that I used to do, but they get less votes now, because it's too long and not that simple. My minigames also perform well, because I guess the emojis grab people's attention. I don't think popular search terms like how the Spiffing Brit did will get into everyone's recommendations, because I don't think community posts work like YouTube videos. My posts have also been shared by many other YouTubers.
Well, yeah, personally as well, because I've tried a few polls on my channel, and obviously over time they've slowly got more and more votes as time goes on. You know, if I post one now, it would get maybe sort of 12, 13, 14,000 votes, where if I posted one maybe 2 weeks ago, it would maybe get like 9, 10,000. I don't know if that's because I've just grown or if that's because over time it sort of gets them, but I kind of understand where you're coming from. Now, away from the community poll sorts of questions, obviously, something that I think a lot of people kind of want to understand. I believe it's obviously an angel, if I'm correct, but what is actually your channel icon? Is it an angel, or like what's it based on?
My profile picture is an angel that's looking up into the sky.
Well, yeah, I was asked to ask that question by a particular editor of mine. You thought it was a potato. That's really rude. Let's just not ask about any more of that. Anyways, is there any plans for you to do a voice or face reveal in the future? Because obviously your channel is very, very sort of like private. I mean, you've not really shared your voice before. Obviously, you're not in this call. You've obviously never shown your face before, like a lot of YouTubers. I mean, just look at Dream, for example. But do you have plans on ever doing that? Or do you want to keep it private forever?
Well, I would have done a face reveal, but now since I want to play a character, it's kind of too late to post a face reveal.
And how about the voice reveal? Is that ever going to be planned? I mean, I guess you could use something like a voice changer or something if you didn't want to, but I think a lot of your content isn't really based around the voice anyway, so I don't even know if that's sort of something you would consider.
Yeah, I plan on doing a voice reveal in the future. I kind of want to make fun Discord videos like how you do and play games with my audience. I've done a voice reveal on my server, I just don't want my voice to be public at the moment.
I mean, I feel like that could definitely work, especially for your channel. I mean, you've got a Discord server for the people at home. The link's on screen if you want to go and check that out. Go and do your magic. Anyways, I honestly, I think that will probably do pretty well because, I mean, you're doing that sort of in your polls and you've had like mini run through games on your channel where they can sort of decide the story. So generally, I think that could potentially work on Discord as well. So you could give it a shot, I would say. Are there any teasers for like future posts or content that you have planned? Because I know you've spoken about what you would like to do, but do you have anything planned at the moment that you could give a little teaser on? Maybe something that you're working on or something like that?
I plan on making a full YouTube game, and a lot of people wanted me to create a Minecraft SMP, so I might do that in the future.
I mean, you've done content like that before, if I remember correctly, those run-through games, which would be insane to see one of those, maybe even bigger than the previous ones. So I'll definitely look forward to seeing that, and I'm sure all of the people at home probably will be as well. In relation to like the SMP, I mean, generally that would be mental as well. Could you imagine? Because, I mean, would it be sort of like normal community members getting on there? Would it be YouTubers that you sort of know, or like what? Would it be like something you would do streaming, or would it be something that you just upload videos of? Or would it just be for the community?
Everyone will be able to join the server, not just YouTubers. I'll do some events where I give the server members a challenge, and if they win the challenge, I'll give away some money or a random gift. Or it'll just be a chill server where we just talk or play for fun.
I mean, that sounds really good. So, keep me in the loop about that, because I'd totally love to go and check it out once it's up. So I'll keep an eye out as well. But I feel like the final question that I'm going to ask you, because you seem to have cracked YouTube last year. Last year, your channel did very, very well. You gained loads and loads of subscribers. I guess the question is, for somebody starting out, what tips and advice could you give? Because obviously YouTube is a very, very hard environment to get off on. And, a lot of the stuff that these YouTube help channels put out is very generic, doesn't help them out. And then they get about 10 subscribers before they quit. But do you have any tips?
My tips are to use a good title and make it something that's searchable and not too specific. What I noticed is that if you make very well edited short or long videos, YouTube will boost it whether you're a small channel or not.
And quickly for the people at home, obviously I just want to show that this is actually Angel. So this is Angel without a name. They've got their server 123. You can go and check them out in the server. And if I click the YouTube connections thing in their description, it brings me over to their channel over here, which is obviously verified. And yeah, so it is Angel. It's just being voiced over by my editor, Dan, for today's video. So that's all I have, and I hope you guys at home have really enjoyed this. Make sure to go and check out Angel with the link in the description. Go and drop a subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure to go and hit that subscribe button, and I'll post another one of these very, very soon if you want me to. So go and let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, have an awesome day. That's all from me and Angel, so peace out.
Destroying